What if the confession that helped shape this case never followed proper process? What if the man at the center of it all is now saying, he was never consulted, he was never questioned, and parts of the official performer have no answers at all? Today, Bongani Ntanzi isn't just denying guilt, he's challenging the very foundation of how that alleged statement came into existence. He says Advocate Dominic Mijiako never consulted him. He says Magistrate Vivian Cronje never asked him anything. And he says he never made the confession being attributed to him. If that is true, what exactly happened in that room? Let's take a listen.
Now, before, and we've answered this, but let's reiterate that. Before you appeared before the magistrate on the 24th of June, how much time did you have with Mr. Mijiako to consult?
Ngaphambi kokuthi-ke uvele ngaphambi kwayo imantshi ngazo i-24 zika-June 2020 waba nesikhathi esingakanani sokuthi uhlale phansi uxoxe nomnumzana uMjiako? My lord, I never had a consultation or discussion with Mr. Mjiako at the police station. I met this person for the first time, my lord, in Boksburg when I was just about to enter the door. He was coming out, and then he told me that he was sent by my family to come and represent me.
Yes, but the question that I'm asking, there at the Boksburg Magistrates Court on the 24th of June 2020, did you have proper, thorough consultation with Mr. Mjiako?
Yebo, kodwa umbuzo wami uthi laphaya eBoksburg nge-24 zika-June 2020 wahlala yini phansi naba nesikhathi esanele noMjiako sokuthi nixoxe? No.
Did Mr. Mjiako explain your rights relating to the making of a statement to a justice of the peace?
Ingaba umnumzana uMjiako wachazela yini ilungelo lakho noma amalungelo onawo-ke ngaphambilini kokuthi wenze istatement kwimantshi? No.
Did Mr. Mjiako explain the consequences of making a statement, especially a confession, to a justice of the peace?
Ingaba uMjiako wachazela yini ukuthi-ke iyini imiphumela yokwenza istatement la ugonyuluka khona futhi leso statement leso-ke usenza kuyona imantshi? No, he never told me, my lord.
Did Mr. Mjiako explain to you that you've got the right to refuse to make a statement to the magistrate?
Ingabe wakutshela yini uMjiako ukuthi unalo ilungelo lokunqaba ukuthi wenze istatement kwimantshi? No, he never told me.
Now, on the 24th in room 2, did the magistrate ask you whether you wanted time to consult with a lawyer before the process began?
Ingabe laphayana kulele gumbi leliyana-ke esesibonile noma esesizwilekela ukuthi kwaku-room 2 imantshi yakutshela yini ukuthi-ke unelungelo lokuthi-ke ngaphambilini kokuthi wenze istatement-ke noma ukhulume naye unelungelo lokuthi-ke uhlale phansi uxoxisane nommeli wakho? No, she never told me.
Okay. I want to refer you to the transcript of the 20th of October 2023. It will be page 30, line 9. And this is the time when the magistrate was being cross-examined by the late Mr. Mgomezulu. And in response to this question that I've asked you, whether the magistrate afforded you time to consult with a lawyer before the process of taking a statement began. And I quote at line 9, page 34, transcript of 20 October 2023. The magistrate says, I do not go ahead with taking the statement, whether it is a confession or a statement without confirming or making sure that both parties had properly consulted. That is now the person, the deponent, as well as the lawyer.
Lana ke impendulo yemanje uma yayibuzwa ke nemihlonyo imibuzo uyena ke ongasekho umnumzana uMngomezulu mayelana ke nokuthi wakunikeza yini isikhathi ukuthi ukhulume nommeli. Uma ephendula wathi angiqhubeki noma ke angisithathi istatement ngaphambi kokuthi ngiqinisekiseke ukuthi kubabili ke lona ozokwenza istatement kanye naye ummeli babe naso isikhathi sokuthi bahlale phansi baxoxe.
Do you hear that answer?
Uyayizwa leyo mpendulo?
Yebo ngiyayizwa kodwa ngakaze ngihlale phansi naye.
Yes, I hear it, but I never sat down with him.
All right. Now, after paragraphs 4A to C were put, the response that is provided and the magistrate says it comes from you is that I understand. Did you tell the magistrates that you understand the rights explained or contained in paragraph 4A, B, and C?
Manje ke emva kwale mibuzo ke noma ke lokho kubhaliwe lana ku4A B no C kunempendulo ke lana imanje ethi ibuya ethi yebo ngiyezwa. Manje ke wena ke washo kumanje ukuthi yebo uyezwa lokho lamalungelo achaziwe la ku4A 4B no 4C. No, my lord.
And beneath I understand there's a further question. Do you have a legal representative or do you wish to apply to the Legal Aid Board for assistance? And if so, do you wish to consult with him before making any statement made? And the response provided therein is, Mr. Mjiako is my attorney.
Bena umbuzo okhona ngenzansi lapho unaye ummeli noma ufisa ukuthi wenze isicelo kuyona ke iLegal Aid Board ukuthi ke uthole usizo noma ulekelelwe. Uma ngabe kunjalo ufisa ke ukuthi ukhulume naye ngaphambi kokuthi wenze istatement. Kumina impendulo ebhaliwe lapha yana umnumzana uMjiyako ummeli wami.
Now, did the magistrate in room 2 at the time ask you whether or not you had a legal representative to assist you?
Ingabe imanje lapha yana kulo 2 yakuza yini ukuthi naye ummeli ozokulekelela?
Cha ngosiphethe akaze ngibuze.
No, my lord, I was never asked that question.
Ngoba ngayonela akaze ngizwe ngikhuluma naye umuntu.
Because even the lawyer, I never heard him speaking to the white lady.
And in the presence of the magistrate and all and sundry that was in that room, did you, from your own mouth, pronounce to the magistrate that this person sitting here, Mr. Mjiako, is my attorney? Did you say
Manje ke kulelo gumbi ekwakukhona wena imanje kanye nabo bonke abanye ababekhona wakusho wena ke ngomlomo wakho ukuthi umlisa lo ohlezi la ummeli wami? No.
And did the magistrate ask you the relationship between yourself and the gentleman dressed neatly in a suit who was in that room, that is Mr. Mjiako?
Ingabe manje yabuza yini ubudlelwane phakathi kwakho nalo yamlisa owayegqoke kahle lapha yana leli gumbi efake isuit uMjiyako ukuthi ubudlelwane phakathi kwenu bobabili ebuyini nihlanganiswa yini?
Cha akaze ngibuze.
No, I was never asked.
Okay. And then did the magistrate ask you whether or not you wanted to consult with a legal representative before making a statement to her?
Ingabe manje yabuza yini ukuthi ufisa ukuthi uhlale phansi ukhulume nommeli ngaphambi kokuthi wenze istatement kuyena?
Cha akaze ngibuze.
No, she never asked me.
Was Mr. Mjiako on the 24th of October present in that room at your request?
Ukuba khona kuleli gumbi nge-24 zika June 2020 waba khona ngoba wayecelwe wena?
Cha.
No, I don't know him.
And if we look at that question that says, do you have a legal representative let's stop it there. Do you have a legal representative? Did the magistrate ask you that?
Uma ubuka lo yambuzo loyana uthi unaye ummeli imanje yakubuza lokho unaye no.
And on that form, if you look at that form, is there an answer to a question, do you have a legal representative?
Uma ubuka kule form lena ikhona impendulo ephendula lo mbuzo ethi unaye ummeli.
Look at the form, and Mr. Jonas can assist you. The form and tell me, is there an answer to this first question? Because this question is threefold. The first one, it says, do you have a legal representative? So I'm at that. Is there an answer noted on that form for that question?
Ngifisa nje ubheke ngoba lo mbuzo lo ubheka ngilana mina la ethi unaye yini ummeli. Manje ke ngicela ke ubheke ukuthi ke ikhona yini impendulo ephendula le ndawo ethi unaye ummeli. I don't see it.
Okay, thank you. And regarding the second question that says, do you wish to apply to the Legal Aid Board for assistance? Do you see that? Is there a response noted to the question whether or not you wanted to approach the Legal Aid Board for assistance on that form?
Bese kutholandelayo ke uyabuza ukuthi uyafisa yini ukuthi wenze isicelo legal aid board ikulekelele. Ngabe khona yini ke impendulo oyibonayo la ephendula lokho. Uyafisa yini ukuthi ufake isicelo noma wenze isicelo legal aid? I don't see it, my lord.
And to the third question that forms part of that conglomerate of questions, do you wish to consult with a lawyer before making any statement to me? Is there an answer to that question?
Bese olandelayo ke uma kunjalo uyafisa yini ukuthi ke ukhulumisane noma ukhulumeke nommeli aphambi wenze istatement kumina?
Is there a response there?
Ikhona yini impendulo lapho? No, I was never asked and there is no response.
Now, the only response to three questions, do you have a representative, number one? Do you wish to apply to the Legal Aid Board for assistance, number two? Do you wish to consult with him, that is a legal representative, before making any statement to me? The only answer that is recorded there is Mr. Mjiako is my attorney. Is that correct?
Manje ke impendulo ebhaliwe la ekhona kule mibuzo ke emithathu uma ke hlangene ebuziwe lapha yana impendulo ebhaliwe ethi ummeli wami.
Let's then proceed to paragraph 5 of the pro forma, Mr. Ntanzi.
Asiqhubeke ke size la ku5.
Paragraph 5 reads as follows. I caution the deponent that he is under no obligation whatsoever to make a statement, and that if he chooses to do so, it will be reduced to in writing as he speaks and may later be used against him as evidence in court. The deponent is asked if he understands this explanation, and the answer that is provided is in the affirmative in the form of a yes.
U5 ufundeka ngalendlela ke ngase ngimxwayisa ke ozokwenza istatement ukuthi akaphoqelekile nangayiphi indlela ukuthi enze istatement nokuthi uma ngabe ekhetha ukuthi enze kanjalo uzobhalwa phansi nanjengoba ekhuluma noma ezothi ekhuluma nokuthi kungathi kusetshenziswe kamuva ke nanjengobufakazi ngakuyena enkantolo wasebuzwa ke ukuthi uyakuzwa yini lokhu okuchazwayo noma koyo impendulo ebhaliwe lapha yana uyebo.
Was this question, and I say this question because there are 3 questions as well in this question, but was this question as a whole asked to you by the magistrate, and did you respond in the affirmative by saying yes?
Ingabe lo mbuzo ngithi ke umbuzo ngoba ke umbuzo ke uhlangeneke ngathola imibuzo emithathu ehlangene, kodwa ke ngithi lo mbuzo wabuza yini imantshi kuwena wase uphendula ke ngale ndlela ebhaliwe lapho kuthiwa ke impendulo uyebo.
Cha, akazangibuziwe Nkosi.
No, I was never asked, my lord.
Now, pertaining to the first portion of that question, which says, I caution the deponent that he is under no obligation whatsoever to make a statement. On the 24th of June 2020, did the magistrate tell you that you could refuse to make a statement?
Lana ke ekuqaleni lapha kubhaliwe ukuthi ngamaxwayisa ke ukuthi akaphoqelekile ukuthi ke enze istatement kumina. Ingaba imantshi ngazo i24 zika June 2020 yakutshela yini ukuthi wawunako ukuthi unganqaba noma ungaqhubeki nokwenza istatement?
Cha, azange ngitshele.
No, she never told me, my lord.
And in truth, so that Mr. Ntanzi, we don't duplicate this answer. As I summarized the answers, questions in paragraph 5, they are related to the question in paragraph 6, because both of 5 and 6, they deal with the right to silence, but in different guises and formats.
Manje ke lana uma ubuka ke ku5 na ku6 ungathi nje ukusho into eyodwa noma ukhuluma ngento eyodwa kodwa ke ngendlela ezahlukile ngoba ke ukhuluma ngelungelo lokuthi ke ungathula ungasho lutho.
Now, on the 24th of June 2020, did the magistrate explain the right to silence to you?
Manje ke ngazo i24 zika June 2020 ngabe manje yachazela yini ngelungelo lokuthula ungasho lutho?
Cha, ngitshela.
No, I don't recall her telling me.
If Ntanzi is telling the truth, then this is not a minor contradiction. This is procedural dynamite, because a confession, especially in a case of this magnitude, is not casual paperwork. It requires consultation. It requires questions. It requires recorded safeguards. So let's ask the uncomfortable questions. If there was no consultation, how was the document completed? If there were no questions, how were answers recorded? If parts of the proforma are blank, how was the process certified as proper? And if a magistrate never engaged him directly, what does that mean for the integrity of that statement? Was this oversight? Was this pressure? Was this administrative negligence? Or is this a complete denial strategy playing out in court? Because here's the reality. If a confession process is compromised, the consequences are massive. If a proforma is incomplete, that raises red flags. If consultation never happened, that strikes at the heart of admissibility. And if the court finds procedural irregularities, that doesn't just weaken a document, it shakes credibility. But here's the other side. If Ntanzi is not telling the truth, then why risk making such a direct allegation against an advocate and a magistrate? Why make a denial that can be tested against official records? Why go this far? That's the tension gripping this courtroom. This isn't noise. This isn't drama. This is about the process. And process is everything. Because in law, procedure protects rights. And when procedure is questioned, the entire case feels the tremor. If you believe the process matters in a courtroom, hit the like button right now. Because this is bigger than one man. This is about how statements are taken, how procedures are followed, and whether safeguards are respected. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe in Ntanzi, or do you think the official record will stand? Let's have a serious conversation. If you value this kind of deep courtroom analysis, subscribe, turn on notifications, and consider supporting the channel through super thanks or membership. It helps us keep breaking these moments down without fear or favor. To every single one of you watching, thank you. Your engagement, your comments, your support, it keeps this platform alive. We follow the process. We ask the hard questions, and we let the facts speak. I'll see you in the next one. I'm Skybridge. Goodbye.